Hi, welcome to Room to Grieve podcast. We're your hosts, Karen and Bec. Grab yourself a cuppa, find a comfortable spot, and we'll journey through grief together.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Oh, I'm ill. Do you know you've not asked me in any of my texts that you've been texting me the last few days how I am? And I was waiting.
Go on then, tell me, how are you?
I'm like you was 3 weeks ago, feeling sick constantly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I've had about 2 hours sleep in the last 3 nights each
Maybe
night.
it wasn't my jab.
I don't think it was your jab. I don't know what it was, but I have got what you've got.
Do you know
what
what? Simon said the same the other day, that he feels like he's got it.
It's so weird, and I thought I can't tell you because you'll think I'm being what do you call me? I forgot the words.
Competitive.
Oh, I have
dramatic.
competitive. I have to have everything that you have, but so I couldn't tell you, and I thought, oh my god, I feel so poorly.
Oh, I wonder whether it's another stage of the griefy cycle then.
I have no idea. But I
Wow.
feel, I mean, I dragged myself out of bed yesterday morning. I did a little bit of gardening. I say gardening, I mean chopping trees down and, hard manual work. And no matter how much I'm drinking, is making no difference. My mouth tastes awful and I just feel sick constantly.
How bizarre.
Yeah. I've only been sick once. I was sick yesterday morning. I had to jump out of bed, but it's that horrible.
That's what I was doing, waking up thinking, oh my fucking God, I'm going to be sick.
Yeah.
How weird.
It's so weird, but I feel absolutely shocking. And with everything else,
Not good, is it?
Difficult. Very, very difficult.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, news. Really sad news. I didn't get home in time from Spain. And Lynne passed away.
I know. I'm so sorry. There's nothing I can say.
I know.
To make it any better for you.
There isn't. It's
just so
I honestly
hard.
feel like she did it on purpose. And that is what's getting me through, because I think it was on her brain. Everything was heading to the same direction as how Emily went. She'd lost the use of her left arm. She'd never told me that. And she knows I'd promised I'd be there and I'd look after her right to the end. She didn't want to go into hospice. And I said, right, we'll set everything up at home. And on the night before, she'd sent me a text of a list that she'd made. And then we were chatting about the list, saying, don't worry about what's on the list. We'll know what we need when we need it. The oxygen was organised, nebulised. I'd already taken her Emily's nebuliser. We spoke about that weeks ago. And it was just all sorted. And I said, right, I'll be home tomorrow. Early Saturday morning. This was the Thursday night. And she died on Friday early evening. And it's like,
it was very sudden though, wasn't it? In terms of...
Yeah, because on the Tuesday, I'd asked my friend offered, Therese, she's so busy. It's always the busy people that make time. She's so busy. And she just said, right, I'll go and see her. I can go on the Tuesday. I said, oh, thanks. I said, just let me know. I said, because I feel like she's not telling me everything. I think she's putting a brave face on every time she rings me. Even going back to that, when she was FaceTiming me, and I'm going, what's the matter? Why can't you do it? You're losing it and laughing. She was laughing. I didn't know she lost the use of her arm. She only had one hand, and she was trying to press the button and hold the camera, but she hadn't told me. Again, that's why I think she just because very early on, I'm waffling now, but she'd said to me, I don't want you to have to go through this again. And I said, it's not the same. Of course I'll be there. We've been through everything thick and thin for the last 35 years or more. We've been through everything. I will be there. And she just smiled, and it's like, now thinking about it, she had no intention of putting me through it again.
No.
She didn't. But it was something I wanted to do. And all the things I couldn't say to Emily because I didn't want to scare her, I could have said them to Lynne. And I do feel like I've let her down by not getting there in time. I do. I can't take that away. I know I could tell myself 1,000 times, but you can't take the feeling away.
You had no idea that things were as bad as they were. And if you had have done, you'd have come home sooner.
Well, yeah, I was coming home sooner. She stopped me. I was coming home the week before, and she said no. And, made me text 1,000 times. I'm coming. I've got a flight at such a time. She just put the capitals no. And then she rang me. She went, "You're not coming." And then Therese went to see her. Like I said, I started to say. She went to see her, and she texted me, "Karen, she'll be here when you get home. Stop worrying. I've had a great afternoon with her. She's on farm. She'd have stayed for ages. I didn't expect her to be so well." And again, even though Therese had been there for hours, she still rang me after that, and we had a chat. And
just gone. Yeah.
I don't know, it's selfish. But I wanted to give her a hug to send to Emily. And I know that's selfish.
It's not selfish.
Oh,
but she knew that, and she would be giving Emily 1,000 hugs.
I know that's what Rob said. He said you didn't have to tell Lynne that.
You didn't. No,
you did. I know, but just wanted to be with her.
I know. But it's. I don't know. I mean, reading between the lines, I'm not even sure Lynne knew to tell you that this would,
No.
I don't know.
She was literally Thursday night, we was talking about when she was coming home and what she needed.
Yeah.
Friday, she'd gone. And I just keep thinking, what the kids went through on them last 3 weeks, which were pure hell when everything was taken from them. Everything.
Yeah.
She didn't have that.
No.
She didn't. And that's that. I just keep repeating that. It's like a mantra again. You know that bloody mantra that we have to do from day one and back again.
Yeah.
She didn't suffer. She didn't.
She didn't know, I don't think.
No. She just couldn't breathe. Couldn't breathe, and she was in and out of consciousness, and when she was coming round, she wasn't making any sense whatsoever. And Steve didn't get. They told that they could take the dog. They got the dog brought to the hospital. And she didn't make it in time. The dog didn't get there in time. He lay on the bed and was licking her face.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad.
Yeah. So, what we was talking, we've spoke at great length, and it was something I wanted to discuss on the podcast. And this lady did actually suggest it, funnily enough. And it's about, we've spoke at length about talking about funerals, and with Katie Costello, the soul midwife, she's a lovely lady, and we spoke about funerals and make sure your person knows what you want and all that, but we've never actually spoke about with somebody who knows they're terminally ill, knows that they're going to die. And I did have that opportunity with Lynne.
Yeah.
When she got the diagnosis that it was on the brain, and I said to her, have we still got hope? Can we still have hope? And she just smiled at me and shook her head. And she said, no, it'll be what it'll be. And when it happens, and it will just be what it will be. And her strength, she's honest to God, she's so awkward and contrary and stubborn. And I think that part of her just came out. The stubbornness that, it's not that she gave up. It's like she just accepted it.
Yeah, embraced it, knew it was coming and dealt with it.
And the only thing that she kept going on about was bloody donkey.
Donkey?
Yeah, she wants a donkey pulling the coffin on a cart.
Please tell me there is going to be a donkey.
Of course there's going to be a donkey.
Why a donkey?
She loves donkeys. She loved donkey sanctuaries.
Oh.
Because I told her when we were selling the business and I was trying to push her into that was another thing. I said, right, you need to finish work, Lynn. You really do need to finish work. And we've been having this conversation since before we knew we had a sale for the business. It put me in a very difficult position, actually. I was in a right predicament because I felt obliged to tell the new owner, because the owners wanted the staff, that Lynn wanted to work, but personally, I didn't think she would be there and she would be in a position to do so. So I was like walking this tightrope of keeping everybody happy. In the end, I just had to tell them, look, this is a situation and she's in Christie's as we speak. The day you take over, she is not going to be in the office. And he said, I absolutely, totally appreciate how open you've been. And if Lynn ever wants a job, if she gets better, she can have a job. So I told Lynn that and I felt very settled then. But for months and months, I've been saying to her, the biggest issue that Rob had was that he had to go to work and he could have spent valuable time with Emily.
Yeah.
He had no choice. We're self-employed. He had staff leave and he just had to carry on. And those good times that we could have had when Emily was well enough, he didn't get. He will never, ever, ever get those back. And I kept saying that to her. And we went out for a curry and I said it to Steve as well. And I said, please, if there's a miracle and the drugs work, just go back to work. But they don't have the financial pressure. And I said, just take time off. But they didn't get it. And no matter how, you cannot force somebody. Their way of dealing with it was a little bit of denial.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. And you can't, even though you still can't push your thoughts and feelings onto somebody else. And I'm quite bossy, you might have noticed that, and I'm quite forceful. And I did back off, and I just thought, right, this is their decision. God, I wish they'd listen to me.
I know. They would never understand. They have to be this side of it to understand. It's a whole grief thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nobody gets it until you get it. And
but talking to somebody who is not just end of life, but they know they have that, I think that's something else I think I'd like to look into, and to talk to people like that, and just to listen to what their thoughts and feelings are. Because I asked Lynne, I said, are you scared? And she said, sometimes I am, and sometimes I'm not.
Okay.
And she said, sometimes, I feel overwhelmed and a panic. And her biggest panic was for Steve. And she made sure, she was even looking on Tinder for him. Picking women that he was he would approve of him, she approved of him. And I know that she was only joking. I know she was, but that was on her mind. She wanted Steve to be happy.
And great testament to the kind of person she is.
Oh, 100%. She always put other people first.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
She'd never admit she was wrong, though.
That's why you and I were friends. Too similar.
We had a diary that we'd booked in. We didn't have any fancy, super duper technologia equipment to book our cars in for customers. It was a diary, and it worked. And you put the things in the diary, and any time that Lynne made a mistake and she wouldn't admit to it, I say, get the diary out. And I'd write it in. Ring it Manchester Evening News and let them know Lynne was wrong on this day. And we'd laugh about it. And yeah, that was our relationship. But to have that opportunity to chat and talk openly about her dying, we did it on numerous times. We didn't do much work, when we were in the office.
No, that's fine.
But she did like reminiscing. She did like talking about stuff we got up to. And
that's nice.
Things I can't say on air, really.
And is that something that you didn't do before she knew that she was ill?
Yeah, I don't think you would.
But just in a different vein, yeah.
Yeah. It started one day where we had a delivery. We had something come in the post and it come in a tube. And she just looked at the tube and she it was a great big long tube, and she went like that and smacked it on her hand, and she went, "Do you remember when you used to hit me with the stick?" And we just laughed that much. We was nearly wetting ourselves. We just laughed, and I said, "God, they were good old days, weren't they?" And yeah. I did. I used to hit her with a great big stick.
You're so fucking mean.
No, it's because she used to work for. She's always worked for me. Thinking back, she used to work for my ex-husband just on weekends doing computer shows, and she'd come back. She worked with a boyfriend, and he was a scruffy bugger, and he used to just come back and throw all the boxes back in, and all the money he'd have it some here, some there, and he'd just pass all the money over. And then one week I'd come in and said, "Where's this money from?" And he said, "Oh, it's from the show." And I said, Did Simon not go? Did he not do the show?" He went, "Oh, it's his girlfriend." And all the money was in neat piles, all the right, facing the right way, the Queen's head on the right side, and all in the, like the denominations. And I'm like, oh. And then I went into, because we worked from home, and I went through to the office, and all the boxes were all neatly stacked. And then there's an itinerary of what had been sold. I thought, wow, who is this person? So when I met her, I thought, God, she's a bit weird. And she was. We always say that. So then I said, "Well, what do you do?" She said, "Oh, I work for Quality Save." Not Quality Save. Quick Save. Do you remember Quick Save? Used to be a shitty supermarket.
Yeah.
And I went, "What do you do there?" And she went, "Oh, all sorts. I'm training to be the manager." I went, "Nah, you don't want to do that." I said, "Have you ever done bookkeeping?" And she went, "No." I said, "Right, okay, I'll start you as a bookkeeper. Can you start next week?" And so I obviously worked somewhere else. I didn't work for my husband. And I actually hid her in an office while I trained her to do bookkeeping. So nobody knew that she'd never done it. And I used to go down with box and I used to sit and say, "Right, I've got to go back and go back to my own office." And I go back, "Have you done that now?" I'm like, "This is what you do." And I trained her to do, good old days, the double entry bookkeeping.
Yeah.
And she'd never done it before, but that was it then. And she was allowed in the main office then.
She was no longer a little secret.
No. But yeah, we got up to some stuff. And I remember making a laugh once with a customer on the phone. And so she pushed me out of the office. We was in Portacams at the time because we was having some built. So she pushed me out. She put the lock on the door. So I was opening the letterbox. So then I went, I got a big piece of wood. We had a builder's merchant. And I pushed it through the letterbox and poking her. But we had some good days.
Sounds like you were just a bully boss, really.
Oh, God, yeah.
Good job ACAS didn't exist back
Oh,
then.
no. I'd have been locked up.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
So,
good.
yeah, we've had good 30-odd years. And the thing that I didn't, it's like with Emily, and I can see how other people would actually, this is something I've struggled with. With Emily, I didn't text her because I was always with her.
Yeah.
Or if she was at school, or we didn't have that constant, oh, I must tell that. And that's what's hit me.
Yeah.
Because not just every morning we'd say good morning or how are you. That was just in the last 6 months because she was poorly. But it'd be, oh my God, you'll never guess what. And it'd be the first, as soon as anything happened, it'd be her that I'd text. And that's a different loss to me from what I had with them.
Yeah.
And I can imagine it's not very nice.
Yeah.
It's like just hitting you every day, isn't it?
Yeah. It's them losses in the losses, isn't it?
Yeah. But it is made my own. I thought, yeah, it's different. It's different grief. It's a different loss. It's a friend. But oh my God, has it brought everything back?
Yeah.
And I didn't expect that. Maybe I'm naive.
Really?
No, I didn't expect it. I'd compartmentalised it. Is that the right word?
Compartmentalised, but yeah.
That's it, yeah. So then there's like Lynne there, Emily there, everything else there. And they've all gone into war. It's all a great big pot of crying, anxiety, you name it.
Yeah.
It's pretty shit.
Yeah. I can only imagine how exhausting and tiring. And,
yeah, it is exhausting.
And everything just feels overwhelming. So, like, it's just right back in the beginning, isn't it? When everything's just too much.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I can't do the basic of things again.
Yeah. So just try not to be too much.
You know when you get like, when you're throwing like microwaves out and because they're like gone a bit rusty or dirty and you can't be able to clean them, so you just go and get another one. So
that's not a regular occurrence in my house.
Is it not?
Okay.
Oh, all right, okay. So in the cupboard I've got quite a lot of, the glass things that go round that you put on the thing. For some
like
reason,
the glass plate in the
that goes round.
Yeah.
For some reason, I saved them.
Why?
And the other week I thought, why have I got all them? I'm going to throw them away one day. Don't need them. I've never used any of them that I've saved.
What a random thing to keep.
I know. So talking about not coping, so I put my porridge in this morning, a gluten-free porridge. And of course it all poured out over it. And usually I just go, because I have to do that quite often, I've got to wash it now. So I took it outside and smashed it to fuck.
Still there?
Yeah.
Good. Microwave served its purpose. It's
It's
fine.
tough and glass. It was really hard to break, I had to get a brick. So then I was quite happy. I went in my little cupboard and I got out with my thing. It doesn't bloody fit. The knobble things that you put it onto that make it go round are in the wrong place. So I had to smash that as well.
It's fine.
No, I didn't.
It's fine.
I just put it in the bits.
It's fine. Oh, that's good though. So now you've got to buy a new microwave, but small price to pay.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised that you, I don't know, didn't think that it...
Didn't. Thought it was coping. I thought it was doing okay. Thought it was coping, and it didn't really cross my mind that it would bring so much back, so much upset, and that I can honestly say half my upset, my crying isn't for Emily or Lynne. It isn't for Lynne, it's for Emily.
Yeah.
And again, feeling sorry for myself, I didn't get to see her. And then that comes up and all the things I want to say. But letter writing, I can
Yes.
write her a letter.
You can.
I can write Lynne a letter.
Yes.
And I can write Emily another letter.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And when you come to the funeral, if you've got a letter,
Yeah.
Debbie will put that in right at the last minute
Yeah.
if you needed to for Bradley.
Yeah.
We can use it as the postal service to heaven.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I think that'll help.
Yeah.
I think that'll help. I mean,
I can't imagine how long my letter's going to be to Lynne.
I was going to say, selfishly for me, I just feel jealous.
Because she's gone. I thought I'd feel like that from day one, and I don't feel that at all.
But I didn't have the friendship that you had with Lynne.
No.
You know, I've only met Lynne very briefly a couple of times, but, you know, I know Lynne more through association, through you, you know, and I've come to learn quite a lot about Lynne, you know, and she's a fantastic woman. So for me, I don't have as much emotional attachment as you do. And so, yeah, I mean, it's extremely sad.
I'm angry. I'm angry that she's died.
Of course.
I'm angry with the hospital because she had poor care.
Yeah.
I'm angry that they messed her about for months and months and months when she should have been at Christie's and having good care. And because they didn't know what they was dealing with, they delayed her treatment for months and months.
Yeah.
Would it have given her another 6 months? We don't know. And we can't torture ourselves with that.
And I think you've got to take a lot of that in that I don't think Lynne was honest with you from the beginning. In that when we were having conversations about Lynne being poorly, it was very confusing for us to understand. And the way her care was progressing and stuff was very difficult for us to understand. Because obviously we can only compare it to Bradley and Emily. And some things just felt off.
Yeah.
But is that because Lynne was protecting you?
I think so, because when she was going for tests or anything, or for results and scan results, I'd be texting her. So if her appointment was at 10 o'clock, I would be pacing in the office and I'd be looking at my phone every 2 minutes. Right, she'll have gone in now, and then 10 minutes talking, then she's got to come back out, and then they got to walk back to the car. Why hadn't she answered me? So I'd be texting her, why don't you answer me?
Yeah.
And I always knew when it was bad news, and when it was good news, she'd answer, yeah, I'm out now, everything's okay, got to come back whenever. When it wasn't, when she didn't, I knew she would turn up at the office with Steve and then would tell me anything in person. And she'd say, I couldn't tell you this on the phone. I needed to make sure you was all right. So again, that was always thinking of others.
Yeah.
So when it was on her spine, so this is total different care now. So she finally got to Christie's and she went in for a scan on, I think it was, say, Thursday. Friday morning, she wanted to come into work. So she came in. She didn't do much. We did just sit and chat. We called me her legs. Then she could just sit there, and if she needed the stapler, I'd go and get the stapler, or photocopying, I'd go and do it. And it just meant that she wasn't sat looking at four walls at home.
Going out of her mind,
Yeah. So she had a phone call from Christie's, and they said, where are you now? She says, oh, I'm in the office. They went, oh, could you come in? And she went, well, I'm coming in tomorrow. I'm coming for blood tests tomorrow. I said, no, could you come in now and bring an overnight bag? we found something on your spine. That was the only time she lost it through the whole thing, and she cried. I just held her and I said, right, what we're going to do? We've got to go and pick that MOT up because we had to and fro our MOTs. And I said, forget the MOT. What are you worried about that for? Let's sort this out. Right, come on. I said, and we sorted it. We got her there. And yeah, so she had to have, it was on the spine, and they were so worried as to where it was that at any moment she could have been paralysed. So she had to lie upright in the bed. The bed was angled and she wasn't allowed to get out of this bed. She got out 4 times to go for a wee. And when she come back, she then rang me. She went, oh, I've been caught. And they were all stood round the bed. And they said, we will strap you down if you get up again. Do you realise how serious it is? So they did this emergency radiotherapy and blasted. And then the day after, she could go home. That's how quick.
Crazy,
it just moved it blasted it away. And then that's when I said to her, they're not doing a brain scan, Lynne. She went, no, they've not mentioned it. And I thought, it's on the spine. Surely they'll do a brain scan. And then 2 days later, she went, oh, I've got to go in for a brain scan.
Yeah.
And that's when I said to her, I said, look, you ring me when you get your results, because they said they would give her the results there and then. So when you get your results, you ring me. She went, well, I said, no, there's no mess. Don't be thinking about me. You ring me and you tell me over the phone. And that's when she rang and she just said, not good news, but hey ho, I can't go on the trial drug now. I've been taken off the trial drug. And, but it's okay. It's okay. It's not. And I said, you won't be able to drive. Yeah, they've not said I can't drive. I went, oh, right, okay. And then the next minute, oh, I can't drive. And I think it was from then, that's when we just, and I said to her, I said, I know because it's the brain, you're thinking about me. Please don't. Please just be open and honest. But she obviously still wasn't.
Yeah. Do you think because she saw what Emily went through that made her have more of an understanding and feel sort of like she got it, or made her more scared?
I don't know. I'm just glad she didn't have to go through that.
Yeah. 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 I know they say that there's no at leasts, but I do feel grateful for her.
Yeah, people do say at least. We shouldn't say at least, but for God's sake, when you've lived it and breathed it for weeks and weeks and seen your child deteriorate so much, there is an at least. At least she didn't have to do that.
Yeah. And at least she went from one day thinking, I'm going home tomorrow, to literally not having any clue what was going on. And, surviving another 12 hours. From what you've said, I don't believe she knew she was in that situation. And like you say, having seen the other side of it, for me, that I just feel grateful for her that she was spared that.
Yeah.
And those around her were spared that too,
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't make it any easier though, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
And it doesn't make it easier to accept, and it doesn't make it right, and it doesn't make it all sorts of things. And like you say, it doesn't make the guilt any less, and it doesn't make the anger any less, and the unfairness any less.
Yeah.
She still had her whole life ahead of her.
Yeah, she was only 54, 55, something like that. Not good with ages. Used to ask her how old I was. That's gone on.
I know, you're actually going to be quite screwed now, you know.
I know.
Lynne was the oracle of your own life. She was your PA, your diary, your answer to everything. She knew more about you than you did.
Oh, God, yes, she did, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what people don't realise when they haven't experienced any of this, when it's a loss, you know, people don't realise how much somebody loses.
No.
And how much those losses just keep coming.
It's just the practical side of it. She had control of our bank. Had no money for a week. We finally went into the bank. Yeah, just the wrapping the company up. She still wanted to deal with it, and I said, "You're gonna have to give me some passwords." "I don't need to give you passwords." I said, "Yeah, you're gonna have to give me some passwords in case you drop dead." And we was laughing over it.
Yeah,
because that's what we did.
She didn't want a pebble. She wants a bench.
She wants a pebble as well as a bench. Yeah, because that was one of the things when I was ringing her. I said, "I'm not doing your pebble, you know." She went, No, you don't have to do my pebble yet.
What's she want on a pebble? A donkey? I can't wait to see you draw a donkey.
Oh, I'm not drawing a bloody donkey. Oh, for God's sake.
Can't wait to see you draw a donkey. I love you for that, Lynne.
I'm gonna buy a donkey. I'm gonna buy a donkey and put it in the memorial and put a pebble next to it. Right, that's what I'm gonna do. There's quite a lot happening. The locals have got involved with the garden now, and they've decided they're going to put some plants around it.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and there's all sorts of planting situations going on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thought that was nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
So I'll go back in a couple of weeks and there should be some updates on that. I did a few more pebbles and I'll do some pictures, which I haven't been doing.
No, you've had so much going on. And I get that it's overwhelming. You know, I've tried not to overwhelm you with too much. I've tried to send you stuff to distract you in terms of this is my boring everyday life, but I know how it feels when there's just too much and you just need headspace to do what you need to do.
Yes, I have been overwhelmed. I have. And I think, though, I don't know about other people, it's like, why does your body let you down when you need it? Why do I have to feel ill? If I didn't feel ill, I could cope better with everything. And I know it's probably a knock-on effect of the grief that I do feel ill. But I think to myself, for God's sake, I've been on antibiotics. I've been on them a month. I've got another 5 months to go. And I'm thinking, it should be holding things off. Surely we should be sorting things by now. The only thing it's doing is making me wee bright orange, fluorescent orange. And oh my God, it makes you sweat orange and your tears.
Does it?
Yeah, I was crying in Spain and I had the tissue and I looked at my tissue and I thought, oh my God, and then I remembered. Yeah, makes your tears orange and your teeth.
No.
Yeah.
Why? How?
I don't know. It's just something about that particular antibiotic.
How bizarre.
I know.
I'd shit myself if I cried and looked at the tissue and it was orange.
And your shit would be orange as well. So I just because I've done one of them, the bowel testing things.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been in the drawer and thing for about 8 months, and I thought, do you know what, I better do that. So I did it the other day, and I thought, this is gonna really, really, like, they're just gonna be sat there thinking, why is this poo orange?
Did you not have to send a list of other drugs that you take so that they'll be aware?
I've no idea. I didn't read the letter.
All right.
I just looked at the just looked at the picture, see what you did. Didn't read anything, for God's sake.
That's too easy.
And it was funny because when I pulled up at the post box, and I should say when Rob pulled up, because I haven't got any insurance for any cars, Rob pulled up and the postman was just there, lowered it, and he said, well, give him that. I said, I'm not handing him a poo parcel. So I'll wait till he's gone and I'll post it.
What you like?
Yeah. So, overwhelmed, feeling shit, but we'll get through the funeral. Steve just wants it over and done with, which I can understand why.
Yeah.
And, yes, picked up. They spoke about her songs. She knows what songs. We've organised the donkey. We're meeting Dorothy, who was the lady, the celebrant that did Emily's funeral. Yeah. So we wanted Dorothy. So she's meeting Dorothy, and I'm going out for lunch with Dorothy after having a chat with her.
Nice.
Me and Steve, and yeah.
You'll do her proud. I have absolutely no doubt.
It's got to be different.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wanted like a cardboard coffin. Have you seen the price of cardboard coffins?
No.
Oh, she's not having one of them anyway. It's too dear.
Are they doing them wooden coffins?
Well, she was having it. It wasn't for an environment thing. She wanted a cardboard, thinking it was cheaper.
Okay.
And it wasn't. So it wasn't. That was the only reason. And again, because we spoke about it, it's nice that we could put that right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I told her, I said, a donkey won't be able to pull you. I said, you're too fat on all the steroids you've been on. And, you know, like that, because every day I used to call, how are you okay, chubster?
Oh, them steroids then, I'll give you a moon face,
I know,
don't they?
I know. And then she'd said, because I was waiting for her hair to drop out, because she's got an asymmetrical head.
Right.
So we kept saying, has your hair dropped out yet? No, it's not. I said, oh. And so that really made her laugh.
Yeah.
Any hair loss? And she got, God, you are such a bitch. And I went, no, I just need to see her. Send me a picture because I don't believe you. So she'd send me these daft pictures.
That's nice.
Yeah. I think on one of the very first conversations I had with Lynne set our relationship off on the tangent it was going to go on. That's when I realised she was just a bit mental. And so I was asking her about her family, and her dad had died when she was young. And she said her last memories, I wouldn't say young, she was about 10, 9,
That's
10.
Young?
Yeah.
That's young.
And one of her last memories was her jumping on his bed, using it as a trampoline whilst he was in it.
Oh, fucking hell.
Having a heart attack. So then she went on to say she had odd ears. And she had one ear was her mum's and one ear was like her dad's. So I said, you know, when your dad died, could you not have had one of his ears and then you had matching ears? And she said to me, nobody has ever said that to me. But do you know what? That was in my head for years. And then when her mum died, I said, did you think about it, Lynne? And she went, yeah, I did. And I went, right, okay, just as long as you thought about it. And we knew what we were talking about.
Yeah. Oh, bless her.
But yeah, she's strong as an ox, she was. And I think that got her that's why she lived as long as she did, because I think she didn't give up.
No.
It was just all too much. It was everywhere. She had a gene that was mutating within her. And the quicker, that gene was going a lot quicker than they could ever have got any drugs into her to combat that. It's just...
But she didn't tell you that either, did she?
No, she didn't. She said, I've got a gene. Oh, I've got a gene. You're going to be jealous, I've got a gene. I said, what's your gene called? What do you think I'm giving you the name? So she said, you'll have Dr. Bec Googling it. I said, well, has it got a name or a number? She said, it's got a number and you're not having it. I went, right, okay. So, yeah, she was withholding stuff, wasn't she?
Yeah.
As we are self-confessed know-it-alls. We told her on a daily basis what she needed and how she wasn't getting what she needed. And she obviously knew so much more than us. I bet she was saying, God, them two. I think they know everything about cancer.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet we amused her.
Yeah, we did. She told us that. She told me that every day. Made her laugh. Yeah, especially about the bench. I said she weren't having it in oat, she was having it in MDF. And she weren't having a name on it in case she didn't die. I wouldn't have got my money back. There's not that many Lynnes. So, yeah, we'll make sure she has a bench. We'll make sure she has a pebble with a donkey.
Yeah.
And she's got a donkey for the day.
Yeah. Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
And that's all we can do now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And make sure that she's never forgotten.
No, she won't be forgotten. She's a nutcase.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we'll continue talking about, I've got lots and lots of stories, and I will continue telling them. Because that's all we've got now. Yeah. We've got our memories. Cancer cannot take memories away.
I was going to say, nobody can take those away, right?
Unless I get Alzheimer's.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You do know now that I've got a new fucking brand new rumination in my head now of what happened. I'm going to have to start writing things down. You've just triggered some weird PTSD thing in my head now.
Oh, that's okay. It might cancel out other things that are in your head.
Yeah.
See, I've helped you. And we're going now.
We need to do the sign-off.
We do need to do the sign-off. We have been told that we didn't do the sign-off.
We didn't.
No, I know. We forgot.
Yeah.
Because we've got Alzheimer's.
Fucking hell. Blimey. Okay. So go on then, start it. What is it?
So grab yourself a cuppa.
Find a comfortable spot.
And we'll journey through grief together.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.